Super Bowl, fourth quarter, 22 seconds left, your team down by 3. The ball is snapped. The pocket collapses on both sides simultaneously. You step up, feel the heat of 2 oncoming defenders, and throw the ball across your body on a dead sprint. It spirals 61 feet through frozen February air and lands in the back corner of the end zone. Your receiver catches it with 1 foot in bounds. This is your life as every NFL level. Level 1. The backyard. You are 7. Your uncle bought you a junior football at a gas station and now spends every Saturday afternoon throwing spirals at you from 12 feet away in the driveway. The ball is too big for your hands. You catch it against your chest because your fingers can't wrap around the leather. When you finally get your hands under one clean, when it actually sticks, you hold it up like proof of something. Your uncle whistles low. He throws you another one immediately. That night, you fall asleep with the ball tucked under your arm. Nobody told you to do that. It just seemed right. The Level 2, Pop Warner. You are 9. The pads weigh almost as much as your torso. The helmet is a hand-me-down from a kid 2 years older than you, and it fits loose enough that it shifts left when you take a hit, blurring your vision for a half second. You learn to brace for that blur the way you'd brace for weather. You play running back because your coach says you have good feet. What he means is you're faster than everyone else on the team, which at 9 years old is the only metric that matters. You score 3 touchdowns in the championship game. Your mother films it on her phone, shaking the whole time. You watch the video 11 times that weekend. Each time you look slightly different to yourself. Bigger, faster, more real. The Level 3, High School Varsity. You are 15 and starting for the first time on a Friday night under stadium lights. The crowd is 3,000 people, which feels like an ocean. The linebacker across from you is a junior with a beard and a full ride to Ohio State that everyone already knows about. He outweighs you by 31 pounds. He hits you twice in the first quarter, hard enough to rattle the inside of your helmet. The second time, you stay down a beat longer than you need to. Not from the pain, from the recalibration. You spend the third quarter running routes 2 yards shorter than called, just to keep the ball out of his range. Your quarterback notices. He says nothing. By the fourth quarter, you've extended back out to full depth, because the fear has either left or gone somewhere you can't feel it anymore. You catch 7 passes for 93 yards. The recruiting email from a Big Ten program arrives 11 days later. Your hands are shaking when you open it. You don't tell anyone until the next morning. The Level 4, College. Preseason camp. 112 players fighting for 53 spots. The depth chart gets posted on the locker room wall every Sunday night, and you read your name on it the way a surgeon reads a chart, looking for anything that's moved, anything that's worse than the week before. You start 7 games as a redshirt sophomore. Junior year, your number gets called in a bowl game with 4 minutes left and your team down by 6. You catch 2 passes on the final drive, 1 on 3rd and 8, 1 in the end zone with a cornerback's hand dragging across your face mask. The officials don't call it. You hold on anyway. After the game, in the tunnel, an NFL scout finds your position coach and they talk for 4 minutes while you pretend not to watch. You watch the entire time. Level 5, the Combine. Indianapolis, February. You are wearing a compression shirt with the number 79 pinned to your chest. They don't use your name for 4 days. You are 79. The weight room smells like rubber and cortisol. A team physician from the New England Patriots manipulates your shoulder joint at an angle your shoulder was not designed to go, writes a number on a clipboard, and moves to the next prospect without making eye contact. You run the 40 in 4.47 seconds. Your agent says that's fine. His voice says it's not fine. 47 hundredths of a second is the distance between the 3rd round and the 6th round, which is the distance between $900,000 guaranteed and $10,000 guaranteed. You do not run it again. The body they measured today has been calibrated for this specific week for 11 months, and it has already given everything it has. There is no second gear left. You get back on the bus. You stare at the ceiling and do the math in your head until you can't tell the numbers apart anymore. The Level 6, Draft Day. Your living room, 40 people, twice as many as the room was built for. Every chair filled, people sitting on the floor, your grandmother in the corner with her hands folded, eyes closed. The television volume is too loud. Nobody turns it down. The first round passes. Second, third. Your agent texts you at 6:42 p.m. Stay close to your phone. You already are. You have been within arm's reach of it for 11 hours. Your cousin makes a joke about the fourth round and nobody laughs. When the call comes, it's from a 216 area code, Cleveland. Sixth round, 194th overall. The room erupts. Your grandmother opens her eyes. The signing bonus is $48,000, which, after fees and taxes, becomes $28,000, which is the smallest number anyone in this room has ever celebrated this hard. Your agent calls back 30 seconds later. He says, "Now the real part starts." He says it like a warning. The Level 7 Training Camp, Berea, Ohio, July. 112 degrees on the practice field at 2 p.m. Artificial turf baking from below. Pads soaking through within the first 15 minutes. You are one of 6 receivers competing for 4 spots. The math does not care about your backstory. You drop a pass on day 3. A clean catch in traffic that you had, felt it in your hands, and then the linebacker hit your ribs and it came loose. Your position coach says nothing. Says nothing is worse than anything he could say, because silence means he's updating a mental file that already has your drop from OTAs in it, and your false start in the red zone, and the route where you rounded instead of cut. You don't sleep that night. You're in the film room at 5:30 a.m., alone, watching yourself make the same mistake in 3 different angles. The meeting with the head coach is at 8. You walk in, you sit down, he starts talking. He keeps you. For now. The Level 8, the Practice Squad. You made the 53 on a Tuesday. On Saturday, they move you to the Practice Squad. The coaches say it's not permanent, it's developmental. What it means is you practice every week against the starters. You memorize the opposing team's entire offensive system so your defense can prepare. You take every hit in every drill, and on Sunday, you sit in the stands in civilian clothes and watch someone else play your position. The practice squad's salary is $12,000 a week. That sounds like a lot. Your apartment is $1,800 a month in a city where the starters live in houses with gates. The starter at your position earns $11.2 million this season. You know this the way you know the weather. Not because you looked it up today, but because it's always there. Background information that your brain refuses to stop processing. You call your mother on Tuesday nights. You tell her it's going well. That isn't exactly a lie. The Level 9, the first start. Week 11. The starter's hamstring goes in the third quarter on a Thursday night. The trainer's radio call reaches your phone 3 minutes later. You are already at the facility when your position coach texts you, "Prep for Sunday." You spend 61 hours studying the opposing defense, not watching, studying. You learn their safety's depth at the snap, their corner's off-coverage leverage, the 4 situations in which their nickel linebacker overruns the flat. Sunday arrives before you're ready, which is the same as saying Sunday arrives on schedule. You take the first snap of your career and the pocket collapses in 1.8 seconds, and you throw a 5-yard hitch to keep the chains moving. The crowd makes a sound, not excitement, recognition. They see a player. You do it 13 more times for 117 yards and 1 touchdown on a frozen afternoon in a stadium that was sold out before you knew your own jersey number. After the game, in the tunnel, the head coach finds you. He puts his hand on your shoulder pad. He says 3 words. You don't repeat them to anyone. They belong to that tunnel. Level 10, the contract year. 3 seasons in, your deal expires in March. Every play this year is auditioned in front of 32 front offices simultaneously because the tape doesn't know what you intend, it only records what you did. Your knee has been draining fluid since October. The team doctor removes it with a syringe twice a week before practice in a room when nobody else comes in. You asked him in week 6 if playing on it was risky. He said, "Define risky." You stopped asking. By December, you've stopped feeling the knee altogether, which either means it has healed or means you've negotiated a permanent peace with the pain. You don't investigate. Your numbers are good. Your film is clean. In the fourth quarter of the last regular season game, you catch a crossing route over the middle, take a hit from a safety who outweighs you by 40 pounds, and hold on. You get up slowly. You walk back to the huddle. The crowd makes that sound again. Your agent calls that night. He says, "We have interest from 4 teams." Level 11, the veteran. 9th season. You are 31, which in this league is a geological era. The rookie at your position runs a 4.38. He is fast in a way that looks effortless, the way speed looks on someone who hasn't paid for it yet. You give him 3 pieces of advice in training camp. You give him the third one because it took you 4 years to learn it, and you'd rather he cost you your job knowing it than cost himself his career not knowing it. Your morning routine is 40 minutes of treatment before the training staff arrives. Stim on your shoulder, compression on your knee, anti-inflammatories you've been taking so long you can't tell if they still work or if you've just redefined normal. You play 14 games this season, the most important of which is a divisional playoff where you catch the first pass you see and gain 31 yards before anyone touches you, because your legs remember things your brain has already filed away. After that game, in the locker room, a reporter asks the rookie who taught him how to read coverages. He says your name. You hear it from across the room. You keep lacing your shoe. The level 12. The Super Bowl. Fourth quarter, 22 seconds, down by 3. You've been in this building for 14 years, 12 as a starter. 2 Super Bowls, both losses, both of which live in a room in your memory that you've learned to keep the door shut on most days. Today, the door is open. The ball is snapped, the pocket collapses, both sides, simultaneously the way it always does when everything is on the line. You feel the defenders before you see them. Your feet move first. You step up, feel the air pressure change as 300 pounds of mass accelerates toward your ribs and you throw across your body on a dead sprint. The ball leaves your hand at the exact angle you calculated in 0 time, at the exact moment your conscious mind had already been bypassed by 11,000 hours of practice. You release and take the hit. Your helmet smacks the turf. The stadium goes into a frequency you feel in your chest cavity before your ears resolve it into sound. You look up. Your receiver is in the end zone. He's got both feet down, ball tucked, and he's looking back at you from 61 feet away with an expression that means you knew. You did know. You've been knowing since you were 7 years old in a driveway, catching a gas station football against your chest because your hands weren't big enough yet. They're big enough now. Somewhere in the upper deck, your mother is shaking a phone that hasn't been filming for 30 seconds because her hands gave out. You know exactly where she's sitting and exactly what her face looks like, and you don't need to find her to feel it. The driveway is gone, the borrowed helmet is gone, the practice squad Sundays in civilian clothes are gone. But somewhere tonight, a 7-year-old is outside in the dark, throwing a ball at a fence post, holding the follow-through, waiting for the sound. And so it goes.